Thanks a lot, Debbie and Bill. When Susan Smith describes in detail a black man as the person who kidnapped her two little boys, the country started looking at every black man to see if he fit that description. When Smith confessed, she may have also admitted to stereotyping a young black man as a believable crime suspect. We asked some people around the Low Country today what Smith's lie about a black man, what that lie really means.
And I did not believe it anymore because she said he was black. If she would have said a white man took her car and took her children, I would have believed it just the same.
A lot of times black men are stereotyped and for crimes and things of that nature, and she figured it would probably be easier, you know, to get the scene off of her and on to someone that they would really probably look for and believe, you know, that did that.
Anyone certainly could have, done some kind of a crime like that, but I think it was just really just to try and get the focus away from her.
People have always, assumed that that's what black men do.
So clearly from our random sampling, it shows that it depends on who you ask why Susan Smith came up with a black man as a crime suspect. Attorney Anthony O'Neill says it's because she thought that would be most believable.
Society nowadays wants to confine black people as to a poor criminal underclass, and she thought that that would sell.
All right, you heard what the people around the Low Country had to say. Damon Fordham is with the Avery Research Center, and he's also a local newspaper columnist. Thanks a lot for being here, Damon. And he has some ideas on why Susan Smith pointed to a black man as the person who carjacked her and kidnapped her children. What are your ideas about that?
Well, my idea is basically that she was aware of the fact that most black men in the society are often stereotyped as criminals. As Reverend Jesse Jackson correctly pointed out one time, that crime does seem to have a black face in this country in the minds of many people.
Now, does that necessarily mean that Susan Smith is racist and believes that black men are perpetuators of crime? Or did she just do this because she thought that perhaps it was the most believable thing?
Personally, I think it was a combination of the two. I think that just as Mr. O'Neill had said earlier, basically part of it was due to the stereotype and that many people are ingrained in believing, but still on the other hand, I do think it was a good way for her, in her mind, to get the attention of herself.
What did that do to the people of this country and to the people of Union? You perhaps spoke with some of the people in Union shortly after this happened. What did they say about how her pointing the finger in a particular direction, how it affected their lives?
Well, I have talked to some people from Union, and they have said that it has caused race relations to deteriorate for a brief time up there. However, I understand that while things are on the mend now, it did lead to some wounds because many innocent black men were interrogated.
Now, a lot of children are reported missing. We see their faces on milk cartons and things like that in newspaper and various flyers. Why do you think that particular case got so much attention?
Well, I think it was a combination of the nature of the crime that Susan Smith reported it, plus the race angle, because let's face facts, most news shows are looking for angles that would cause people to watch, and the race issue is such in this country that people are drawn to that sort of thing.
What do you think that there are some things that people who perhaps still feel really wounded by what Susan Smith said, what can people do to perhaps get over that and better race relations so that people don't look at every black man, a description that you in fact fit, the one that she gave as the crime suspect, don't look at every black man as a perpetuator of crime?
The only solution to that sort of thing would be open dialogue between the two groups, and occasionally something like that can lead to hurt feelings because, let's face facts, the race relations in this country are not as good as many pretend that it is. So we need to come out and be open with each other of how we really feel.
All right. Thanks a lot, Damon. Some really good advice that we all can perhaps take heed to. We appreciate it. Damon Fordham with the Avery Research Center and a local newspaper columnist. Now, later tonight at 11, we're going to be talking about the issue of the death penalty and what that means. Is it because you don't have money, perhaps, that more people are put to death, or is it because of race? We'll find out more about that tonight at 11.